Convictions have occasionally been the courtroom's most dangerous risk. But the insane reactions of these innocent convicts after they are released are so bizarre that you should see it to believe it. This is David Ranta, convicted in May 1991 of second-degree murder in the Feb 8, 1990 killing of a Brooklyn rabbi, and was sentenced to 37.5 years in prison. A man, allegedly framed by a New York detective Louis N. Scarcella, had to serve 23 years in prison for a murder he didn't commit. The case against Ranta began to unravel in 2011 when Menachem Lieberman approached Ranta's trial lawyer to tell him he had uncertainty and discomfort with his identification with Ranta. The man later gave a sworn statement to the Conviction Integrity Unit, recounting how a detective had told him to pick the one with the big nose.
As I was walking in the room to the lineup, he basically told me that I should pick up the guy with the biggest nose.
Ranta out of a police lineup. This sparked a year-long investigation which led to the discovery of more serious problems involving Scarcella and the case against Ranta. The drops of emotions fell from his eyes, and the reactions were remarkable. While no amount of money could ever compensate David for the 23 years taken away from him, a settlement amount will allow him the stability to continue to put his life back together.
The defendant's motion to vacate the judgment of conviction is granted.
Here we have Christian Blaise Lobato, a girl who was just 18 years old when she was accused of the murder of Duran Bailey, a homeless man in Las Vegas in 2001. She was tried twice for the crime and maintained her innocence both times. Bailey's body was discovered next to a dumpster in the parking lot of a bank building on July 8, 2001 at 10 p.m. Under the mistaken belief that police were informing her that the man who tried to rape her had died, she expressed remorse and made other comments that the detective mistook for a confession for Bailey's murder. Even though the event Lobato described contradicted the basic facts of his death, the investigators arrested Lobato for Bailey's murder based solely on this statement. The police did not look into obvious alternate suspects with the intent and means to kill Bailey so violently. Judge Miley approved Lobato's habeas corpus petition and dismissed her convictions based on this overwhelming scientific evidence that could have been offered at her trial and would have likely affected the jury's decision.
I'm excited. You know, I get a brand new start. I'm not asking anybody to just believe me. Look at the evidence, read the documents, see what is really there.
This is Daniel Villegas. An El Paso, Texas courtroom exploded on an evening.
Defendant Daniel Villegas, not guilty of...
As a jury there returned a not guilty verdict against Daniel Villegas, a man tried 3 times for a 1993 double murder. Villegas was 16 years old when Armando Mando Lazo and Bobby England were shot and killed. His confession to the police was coerced. He was forced and threatened with beatings and probably the death penalty if he did not confess. Villegas fell to his knees and the courtroom burst out in cheers when the verdict came in. He had to sign the confession later made by the detectives for a crime he didn't even know about. This matter was dragged through the courts for decades. In 1994, the first trial ended in a mistrial. A retrial in 1995 resulted in a death penalty conviction. Villegas received a life sentence in jail. This was overturned because the justices determined Villegas had ineffective counsel. The relatives were unsure whether Villegas was bragging or confessing to the crime when he said he had done it.
In the District Court of El Paso County, Texas, 409th Judicial District, the State of Texas versus Daniel Villegas, number 94-0D09328. Verdict Form B. We, the jury, find the defendant Daniel Villegas not guilty of... Ladies and gentlemen, is this your verdict? And is it a unanimous?
And with this, we have come to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you at the next one.